Hello there. Thank you for showing interest in ISOMERA project. This video is a short introduction of what it is, what we do here, what's the point, how it works, why it's different, and what you can do there. First things first, I guess, what it is. It is a service as a solution starter project, SaaS, in other words. So it's a starter, it's a boilerplate. These things has quite a lot of names, but essentially it is a well-structured project for the backend and the frontend, which you can fork and you can start working on your big project right away. You might ask, so there are plenty of boilerplates around here, and so what's the point? What's the difference? The goal is to make it enterprise grade. What it means enterprise grade, so it should have good documentation. It should be up to date without vulnerabilities. It should have CI and CD ready. It should be pretty easy to onboard new developers. It should be straightforward. There should be documented how to code, how to start, how to run, all of these things. It should be prepared for the cloud. It should be able to immediately build all the Docker images needed for the workers, for the API, for the front end. Well, it's a React, but still that should be also built. It should also run all the basic tests. It should all work, it should be all documented, all good. I don't know if you had any experience working in a very large company, but if you have a new project, there's always long discussion. So how are we gonna start it? Will it be easy to onboard new people? How other team members will catch up with it? Is the tech stack consistent? So on and so forth. So here, for example, we are reusing DTOs, data transfer objects, on the API side for structuring, for interfacing, and for validation. And also we use the same DTOs on the front end. On the React side with the Formic, it can validate against those classes, with class validate annotation. So that also works. So also if we add React Native in it, all of these things will also work there. So you have one structure for your request which is reused in 3 separate places. And if you mess up something, let's say backend dev will do something on the API, they will mess up the DTO, all the other projects will also crash, and it will be very quick catch, if something's wrong, or the tests might not pass, and so on. And also, so what would be included there? So all the infra, so it's like all the basic stuff for development, for production, how to do it, and documentation. But what's inside it? Inside it would be login, so basically full authentication, email with password, maybe email with magic link, email with the code maybe. We can, well, there are plenty of options. We can even add a Twilio with a phone number, Facebook login, Apple login. So all of that should be also structured, so it would be pretty easy to extend and connect. I'll try to make all the videos, you can also do the same thing. I would upload it into ISOMERA YouTube channel and share it every way I can. So that's already a potential benefit to get some decent exposure for yourself. Also continuing, so roles, organization, teams for organization, inviting members, like other people to your team. So already mentioned API and platform, a lot of reusable stuff. So I already extended implementation on the React, so it could be used on React Native. So it's basically how you authenticate, how you log in, how you get your user object, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of flexibility. You can suggest things you think would be cool to have. So just raise an issue, or write on Discord channel. So all of that works. Like, just communicate with us. All right. So what's the motivation? Well, so basically all the SaaS projects has very same structure, and it's really boring if you especially work in that area and you launch a lot of that kind of projects. So it's like you need to set up infra, you need to have API, you need to have front end, it's a login, it's a lot of stuff like caching, deploying, same thing again and again, and it's quite boring. It's like you need to spend so much time, and it's really not solving anything at all. So we are solving the problem of doing the boring part. Of course, user would need to learn what we've done there and what are the practices, how it's named, all the conventions and so on, but it would solve essentially the problem that you spend a lot of time doing things that are necessary, but they don't really bring any business value at all. So yeah, it would benefit a lot of developers, I'm sure. It's like Nest.js and React. It's like pretty straightforward, pretty standard, and pretty default choices. We just need to make it really good and really fly. So also, it would showcase all the contributors, like really capable developers, and you could like use this as your own portfolio if you help others and manage to do peer reviews. It's a good trait for team lead, for example, a manager. If you open a lot of PRs, you might be a really good developer, and if you're looking for a better job, you could use all of that. I'm also thinking to make a website, like a landing page about the whole thing, and I will for sure list all the contributors, maybe even make some fancy script that would showcase how much is your input, what have you done. Maybe you would want to write a blog. That would be cool also. So yeah, you might ask, what can you do, right? So you might not be like super senior. You might be like architect level. So there's a lot of choices. So first thing is to join Discord. The link is in the description. But there we could chat about stuff. We could jump into voice channel. We could figure out, is there anything at all for you. Then check milestones on the GitHub. Also, link is in the description. So milestones is basically like a rough roadmap of where this project should be going. You can find issues in those milestones, but there are not that many issues created for all of those. There are more issues for like a 0 step, like a second step, but not for all of those. But it's like a rough idea, where it would be headed. Then check issues. If you don't find anything you like, you can create your own issue. And if you get assigned to it, you can implement it. Pretty simple. What's the point for you? Since it's voluntarily job, open source, it's not really a job. It's like if you have free time and don't have anything else to do, and it's like because you can contribute to this project and chip in making a great product for all the other developers and building your own portfolio. You can make life much easier for other developers by helping to create this starter project. You can be a part of the core team who created this and who is maintaining this project. So I think that's pretty cool to have in your portfolio also. At least it's cool for me. So I'm sure that works for everybody else. Same. Then you can also shape how this project happens. What are the priorities, what are the features. You have all of that power. You just need to discuss, plan it, and put it on the roadmap. So if you contribute to this one, you will become very capable on creating new SaaS projects. So that's also a good skill or tool in your tool belt. Because, well, if you apply somewhere as a contractor, freelancer, or like at a job, like you can say, oh man, I'm contributing to this whole big thing already. Like, check out, I made like 5 or 10% of it, and like I closed 20 PRs. So I really know how all that stuff works, and thus it like really proves my superiority against other candidates. Well, something like that. Yeah, you'll have something serious to show. Alright, so let's meet on Discord and GitHub, and have a nice day. Thanks for listening.